And the reason I want to focus and zero in on Instagram is because we've had to make a lot of shifts. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Instagram came up with an update where if you message anyone on Instagram who doesn't follow you, it goes into a request folder. In fact, it even goes into a hidden request folder with hidden messages. So it's almost impossible for people to get your messages now on Instagram if you don't have the right strategy.
He's the guy. He's actually doing it. He lives this stuff. What you're going to hear today, he's doing himself every day, every week, every month with his team, and his team continues to grow. You're going to hear about that a little bit as well. He's got an entire plan and strategy that he's rolling out, and I know you'll love to hear it, because if you want to listen to somebody that's putting together live virtual events on a monthly basis, how to run those to where it's planned and set up, and you know step by step what to do, and you can drive waves of sales in an organized way where your hair's not on fire and you're not stressed about finding quality leads and the right, like he has a process that solves all that, and he's FlowChat is a part of that process. And so I know he's going to share a little bit more with you guys today so you can apply it into your own world. Sound like fun? Cool. Adam, over to you, man. Appreciate you being here.
Hey, thanks so much. And I guess I didn't get the memo. There's 4 of you that have yellow going on in your screen. So that's like the most yellow I've ever seen, which yellow means happy, which is a good thing, right? So we got a happy group here. And I just want to also give kudos back to you guys as a team, Chris and Sean. I think it's very rare to be able to find a community and to find great pioneers that are paving a way for all of this technology that's coming out. And it's really not only changed, our business, and it's really impacted our life, which ultimately overflows into our family, but it's also been able to create a lot of opportunity for setters on our team to create part-time careers that are flexible. And so this is a tool that's, making great impact, and it's an honor to be able to give back and share what's been working for us so that you guys who are using FlowChat can be able to maximize the tool. And some of you guys, just for kind of show of hands, or even in the chat, how many of you guys are using FlowChat as a way to either book one-on-one sales calls, or how many of you guys are using it to lead people into your events? You could just let me know in the chat. Are you using it for booking calls, both, doing events? All right, cool. Yes, for booking calls, I see. Okay, great. All the above, calls but no events. Okay, cool. So what's cool is you could use it to book calls all day. I just found that because of the scalability of this tool, it just made a lot of sense for us to use it to invite all of our traffic to events. It just simplified everything. And so I'm going to be teaching from that lens, but you can just put in your lens of booking one-on-one calls, and that way you can be able to have context to how we'll train today. But I always believe too that if you're newer to FlowChat, I think the psychology matters as well to stay in the game. So when I got involved in DMs originally, I would always have these start and stop moments. I would give it a shot, but then I would, man, like not a lot of people are getting back to my message, or man, this isn't converting. And then I would stop my momentum. And so I think it's important. I want to share my beliefs with you about DMs, so that way we can have endurance and be able to have the right mindset as we're building, if you're more on the newer side of things. So one of my beliefs is I understand that volume is the key to success in DMs. So I don't dwell on, I'm not expecting 10% or 15 or 20% responses. I'm expecting somewhere between 1 to 5% of a response rate from people that I'm reaching out to. And I'm willing to make up in volume what we lack in responses. And so I think that's an important mindset to have, because if you're on here and you're only sending out 15 or 20 messages a day from one profile, and you're not seeing the results, you might actually be doing really good. You might be getting out of those 20 to 25 messages, you might be getting 2 responses, but you're telling yourself you're not doing good. Well, what if you had 3 more accounts or 5 more profiles at work? Now you're getting 8 to 10 bookings. So it's not necessarily that you might be failing if you're getting a low percentage rate. It just means you might have to be able to increase the amount of volume to get the number that you're looking for. And I'll talk about how to increase that volume as we go throughout our training today. The other thing is if somebody ever gets offended, sometimes people are afraid because they feel like they don't want to bother people, or they feel like they don't want to, offend people. And, if you're more emotionally inclined to overanalyze and read into things, it's easy to let those negative messages weigh you down. And so what we've done as a team, and we've adapted the belief that we use when people are offended, we use it as an opportunity to re-engage. So what does that mean exactly? If somebody says, well, how did you get my profile? Or why did you reach out to me? Or please don't send me a DM like this. We take it as an opportunity to connect with that person. So we say, hey, we don't blame you at all. We know that you probably get a lot of messages like this, but I want to assure you that this is a legit opportunity to sit in with us. And it would be an honor to host somebody of your caliber. And if so, we're going to be teaching on this, knowing that this is a legit experience. Would this shift your mindset on sitting in with us in our upcoming event? And you'd be surprised how many people go, thank you for clarifying. I do get a lot of messages and I don't know which ones are legit. So thank you for clarifying, and sure, I would be open to learning more, right? So we train our mindset to not internalize the rejection, but understand that people are getting a lot of messages from all different, places. And so let's use it as an opportunity to re-engage. The other thing is, I never think, sometimes it's easy when you're doing a lot of work and not seeing the fruit of it. It's easy to also get the belief that you're wasting your time. If any of you guys can relate to that, like, man, I'm wasting my time. This is so much, outreach. We don't ever get that belief because we know that this is something that we can scale. And as an entrepreneur, this is specifically for the CEOs listening to this. This is something that you can actually put other people in charge of to run for you. So I originally started with one virtual assistant to help me with this, to delegate my time. Today, we have over 30 virtual assistants in our FlowChat account. Come on, right? And the only way that's even possible to do is because if we didn't have FlowChat, we couldn't pull it off because there would be no way to detect duplicates. But we train our VAs on how to detect duplicates so that our community is not cannibalizing the same leads, right? So we're able to have confidence in a healthy culture in our community because once a lead is taken into their pipeline, no one else is able to talk to that lead. That is a huge, huge innovation on FlowChat's part, because that feature is what allows us to reach out to new people and scale, right? Without talking to the same leads. So that's been huge for us. And, my goal is to be able to get to 100 VAs by next year. And I don't know if FlowChat can handle that. No, I'm just kidding. They can do it, right? But just the fact that that's even possible is crazy, right? That we can do something like that.